can't we talk about politics and religion? What makes it so hard? Well, today, I hope to find out.
Good deal.
Do you have an answer to that? No?
Yeah, don't like either one.
Oh, okay.
Those are the only two things that I do not discuss with people because it causes arguments. If I wanted to argue with somebody, I'd be married again. God bless you.
There are matters of opinion. For a lot of people, I think there are
Shouldn't we be able to share our opinions and learn from each
We
other?
should be able to. It's hard to find people who can talk it up and open.
Because most of us are just not mature enough to do it in a nice, calm, social manner.
I think it's hard because people are afraid of the concept that there might be one absolute truth. If there's one truth, then you could be wrong. People are insecure about the truth that they believe. So there's that element, I think. Maybe there's a lot of identity in people's beliefs in general. Whatever.
Should we talk about that stuff?
I
Should
think
we be able to?
I definitely think so, because I think that there is ultimately one right.
You're
for
pretty
the
sure in
fear
your
of-
beliefs?
Oh yeah.
Because it's part of our fundamental core beliefs, and because nobody wants to try to remove that from someone else's life, and even if they attempt to, you can't just have a conversation to change our fundamental beliefs. That requires an experience.
But if they're so core to us, shouldn't we be able to talk about it? Yes, we should. Are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Are you voting in the presidential election?
Yes.
Do you know who you're voting for?
None of the major candidates. I want Bernie to come back, man.
Because everybody has different views, and it's somebody's life and what they think about, what they want to do with it, what they believe in, and politics is like with the world, so everybody has different views, and if you don't agree, some people, that's how you like lose friends, and that's why a lot of people don't talk about it at work with coworkers.
Shouldn't we be able to talk about those things? I mean, if faith and politics are so important to who we are,
that's what I mean. Like, that's why people can't talk about it.
Shouldn't we be talking about those things?
Yeah.
Like, do you identify with any particular political group or religious group? Or?
I'm gonna stop there.
People have different views, and in my opinion, there's people who are in politics and they're not good people. I think when people come to conflict, they run from it or turn it into a negative thing when it doesn't have to be. Quick to listen and slow to speak is something that's hard to find these days.
I don't think it is.
You don't think it is?
No.
Why?
I think it depends on who you ask. If you ask a conservative, they'll talk about politics and religion.
Okay.
I
You
think
don't think liberals do?
I think a lot of times they don't, because a lot of times they won't put fact behind when they talk about politics and religion. I normally, by and large, have voted Republican, but I am now an independent, and I'm thinking about starting my own party. Called the Pragmatic Party. Yeah. And then when people talk about, religion, I mean, I don't go to church. I mean, I'm Episcopalian.
Or you were raised?
I was raised Episcopalian. I get my spirituality with my animals. We rescue animals. We run our own animal rescue out of Colorado. I can get as much spirituality Sunday morning hiking in the mountains with my animals. People will throw out to me, people that are atheists, something like that will throw out to me, well, there's been more wars about religion in this world, more deaths by religion. And I go, that's not true. Look at your facts. There's been more deaths by communism, and communists by and large are atheists.
With religion is a very dangerous subject. Religion is one of the biggest killers in history. People get really excited about religion.
Why is it so hard to talk about politics? I mean, you'd think that politics is kind of how we're going to form ourselves into a community. We should be talking about that, right?
It's basically because we're a nation of ostriches now. Everybody wants to stick their head in the sand. Nobody accepts accountability. Like, we have two pathological lying psychopaths running for president right now.
I feel like there are different reasons. Politics, because everybody thinks they're right, and there's no debating. I know with me there's no debating. And I will never vote Republican. We're divided between two extremes. Either you agree with one thing or you don't. And if you agree with one thing, you have to agree with a whole series of other things.
Shouldn't we be able to share? Even if, I mean, without trying to change you, shouldn't I be able to share our beliefs with one another so we can be in dialogue about it?
But people are stubborn. I'm pretty closed-minded when it comes to politics.
Is there a way to share without changing, but simply being in dialogue and learning from each other?
I like to think so. I can discuss religion a lot because I personally am agnostic. I don't believe in anything. I don't believe anything's just not true. I believe everything's possible, but we would never know. So I'm totally open to hearing, like, I love hearing about other religions, hearing other people's perspectives, even though I may not necessarily believe in it.
Because we don't like to disagree. We think that disagreeing means that possibly we don't like the person or whatever. We're afraid to disagree. We want to be accepted.
How do we engage in these conversations that we have to have? Is there a way?
Is there a way? I think there's got to be a way. If you want to altruistically express your views and your beliefs, you should feel free to do so without feeling a judgment or, I don't know, anything else like that. If there's not a way, we have to find a way.
It really depends on the person and the person's like capability to understand that it's a conversation rather than an attack on their like personal beliefs.
I would say it's because we don't talk about it. Because we started down the path of not talking about these things, we get sensitive about it. You have to get through the rough patch before it gets better.